want to
God,
stream with you.
let us win. Please, God. Please don't let me suffer today, God. Please. Please, God, don't let me suffer today. Ah!
I can't watch that clip without repeating that.
What game
in front of every stream. It's the new
What
intro.
game was it?
That was the Fulham, the 5-4. That was the 5-4 watch along.
Wait,
Yeah,
that
it
was
Adam
Vardy.
and I.
That was when Vardy had the clear off the line.
Vardy cleared the ball off the line. Yeah,
Oh,
I think that was literally it. Yeah, I think it was like that moment. I remember it was that time where I was like, I was out in the living room and then I had to start work, so I had to come in here. And then somewhere along the way, I lost my connection, so I missed like the last like 5 minutes of that game.
Yeah,
and Adam was kind of just like by himself. I made Steve clip it.
Oh, so wait.
Adam hates it every time we play it. He's like, "You criminal! I'm coming after you." Big up Adam.
Yeah,
the clip that keeps on giving.
No, he's funny when he goes, "Oh," he's like he's about to have a heart attack. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, big up everyone. Good evening. Big up everyone. Welcome back to True City Fan TV. Welcome back for another show. I haven't been here in a while, have I?
No, Mateus has been at the pub.
No, I've just been busy, to be fair. Been doing a few bits. Yeah. I just thought I would do like an hour video, just discuss about the upcoming games and the big news. Our captain is staying. Well, it looks like staying. Well, it's not big news for me, but it's
Mateus said this last season.
Most people in the fan base. I saw this comment ages ago. Champions League draw. It looks like we're going to play our sister club, Real Madrid, or the new Spurs, which is Bordeaux Glint. Probably is going to slap us. But anyway, yeah, we're going to talk about the Champions League draw. I think, is it tomorrow? Yeah, 6 p.m. tomorrow.
It's 11 a.m. tomorrow, so I will not be watching. That's 3 a.m. where I live. I'll be in bed. I will just wake up to the news. So I guarantee I have set in stone we're playing Bodo Glint, and I am terrified of that matchup. I think people are being too dismissive of them.
And funny enough, 115 is back on my timeline. Apparently there's an update. Sky Sport released a cut or short video from the that thing they do with the fans, with that expert going on about the 115. He said a lot of things without any sort of update, and everyone would just, oh my god, they'll get punished and whatnot. But there's nothing in there. So Leeds away Saturday, 5:30. I think it's 5:30 kickoff. Big game for Man City. It's a game where we should really get the 3 points. I think Leeds they've got 7 wins in total. They've lost 10 games. They've drew 10. So we should really go out there and get the win. Do you know what I mean? And I think we will. Obviously, we all get surprised by the team selection an hour before the game, but hopefully, we can stick.
There'll be no surprises on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, get out of here! This guy.
We can stick up with the same team. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Saturday?
I think that's a very difficult game, and I think they came to the Etihad. They weren't afraid of us. They seem to do very well against a lot of our Achilles heels. They just high pressed us in the second half of games, and in the second half of the game, and we struggled to, they equalized very quickly. And they've still played a tough block. We had to have a last minute winner from that was a Ryan Cherky to Phil Foden. We had to rely on that in like the 90th minute against Leeds United. So I am not very confident about this game. This looks like I would not. I mean, I hate to be a negative Nancy, but like I could see us drawing the game. We don't look as strong away from home. I just think it's that pressing that they do. We have not found a way to cope with it, and I've heard every excuse under the bus of why it's happening, but I don't see it. Pep even said in the presser, he's like, "I know what the issue is." It's like, well, you plan on fixing it because we'd like to see you fix it. And I haven't seen it fixed yet. So, because it does keep happening. The Newcastle were doing it to us, even though maybe Newcastle's a bad example, but Spurs did it to us, and we bottled the game, and that's a big reason why we're down in the title race right now. Is we couldn't hold a lead against one of the worst Spurs teams we've ever seen because they high pressed us. So I need something. Find some press resistant players this summer and buy them.
Mhm.
That's the only solution for me.
But do you not think we've got a better back line and a better midfield than last time we played them?
Who was it? It was Vardiel and Diaz. Now it's Diaz and Gahey. Do you think that's?
Well, he can't be playing Diaz again.
He will. I guarantee you, he will play Ruben Diaz. So just brace yourself for it, and don't overreact when you see it. I guarantee. I can tell you the lineup right now. It's going to be Mateus Nunes, Ruben Diaz, Mark Gahey, Ait-Nouri. It's going to be Rodri, Nico O'Reilly, Bernardo Silva. It'll be Semenyo, Holland, and the only one I'm unsure about is if it's going to be Semenyo on the left and Ryan Cherky on the right, or if it's going to be Semenyo on the right and Omar Marmoush at left wing. That's literally the only person I can tell you I don't know about. It's literally one. There's one slot that he won't. That I can't predict.
Why do you think he's going to be playing Diaz?
Guys, that's his guy. We know Pep. He has his vets. He has captains. It doesn't matter how terrible they are; they'll play. Kyle Walker was absolute dog shit last season, to the point of he had to get himself out of the club because he was tired of embarrassing himself. Pep played him every day, every game, no matter how many points we lost because of it. Like, that's what Pep does. He has his guys, the old reliables, the ones who've been there and done that, the guys who've gotten us over the line, and he trusts them no matter what. The only person this doesn't apply to is Phil Foden. Phil Foden, you may never see him again. You'll just see him on our bench forever. I'm getting really frustrated. I know you're not a big Phil Foden fan, but I know he's not your guy, but is he ever going to play? I don't know. I'm being told he's played 2,600 minutes this season, but not lately. He hasn't. The last game he started was the Brighton game.
That was the first half of the season. Why is he not being playing as much in the second half of the season? It's not like he's been injured.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a question. I think our midfield has looked a lot better with Nico O'Reilly in there, but that means Phil Foden has to sit on the bench because Bernardo Silva will never be on the bench. I think Phil Foden could be playing that role, and he's not. He isn't even coming on into games to play that role, except for like 6 minutes here and there. Like, what was it? He didn't play at all at Anfield. I think he came on for like 5 minutes against Wolves. Have we seen him since then, outside of a cup game? Not really.
He started against Fulham.
Oh, yeah, I said the Fulham game.
He started against
Fulham. He started the Fulham game, and then
he got
the game after he was benched.
Yeah. Even against Fulham, he was a bit underwhelming. He wasn't doing much. That's why he got subbed off. But yeah, it's quite interesting because we all have a big expectation from Foden, really, considering he's probably one of the senior player in the team. He's now 25. And
you know why he can't play? Is because players won't leave this team, and they're taking up his minutes.
But do you think that he's been consistent enough to be playing?
He can't get consistency because he's the one who's always jerked around and jerked in and out of the lineup. Well, and when the favorites are favoriting, Phil Foden's nowhere to be found. Nobody trusts him. Nobody thinks he's a leader. Nobody thinks, despite the fact that he's been in the Manchester City Academy and Pep is his only manager he's ever had in his career. they say, oh, we can't lose all this experience. Phil Foden is never considered as part of the experience. He's never considered somebody who knows the tactics. He's just, I don't know what he is. I'm getting really confused here. Like, I don't know why he's always the one on the bench. I don't know
Well,
why.
in all
I don't know why
fairness,
we're not.
in all
I don't know
fairness
why
to
we don't
Pep,
play him more, and
in all
why.
fairness to Pep, he was given a chance. He started against Sunderland, Brighton, Chelsea, Man United, and he was awful in them 4 games. He started them, but he was not good enough. So the lack of consistency in his game is completely down to him.
Then
Do you know what I
what's the
mean?
solution? Should we sell him?
Oh, you tell me.
No, I'm asking you the question. I
Well,
still back the guy. I would like him to stay. I want him to play. The next generation of this team needs to be. I need to like that's what this rebuild is about. The next generation, getting them ready to go, and then you can let the older generation go right off into the sunset with a beautiful goodbye.
yeah, and
But
the
if they
fact,
don't go, these new players can't take over.
but the problem is the fact that when people are talking about Foden and they try to shoehorn in Cherky's name into that mixer, it, I think it's quite embarrassing because at the end of the day, we would never expect a certain level, especially a new signing, to be consistent throughout the whole season for Man City. A new signing, it will have ups and downs in their performance because there'll be times where they'll be at their peak, but there'll also be times where they'll find it tough to find the rhythm. That is because they still adapting to the league. They play in the different grounds. They're playing with different teams that just play football. So sometimes, for example, Cherky going to Fulham away compared to playing let's say, for example, Bournemouth at home, he will find it difficult to find a consistent in his performance. He will still be playing, he will still doing his bit, but he will struggle along the way as well as he also produce good performance. That's a season where he's trying to settle in. When I see people putting Cherky in order to judge Foden, it's quite embarrassing because at the end of the day, Foden's been playing this league in this team with this manager for 9 years. 9.
I'm starting to think the manager don't rate him.
9. Because
The manager
if
doesn't
you
rate him.
if you look
If he'd rather hang on to all these he'd rather play older players than Phil
Yeah.
Foden.
if you look
I
back,
don't think he rates him anymore.
right? If you look back on past midfielders that we signed under Pep, Gundo, Bernardo, even Rodri, yeah, they've never really had a top first season. They had moments in their first season, but there were games where they were really poor, especially Gundo. But at the time we understood that, right? It's midfielders some players will take time, will take probably a season to adapt. So that's the season we're giving to players like Reinders, Cherky. Do you know what I mean? They're not being bad, they're just not being consistent. However, we should not judge a Rodri to the same level as Nico Gonzalez. We should not judge a Foden to the same level as Cherky. Do you know what I mean? Because these are new signings. These guys, they've been playing for Pep for ages. They should know. They should be the example. Foden should be showing to Cherky, right? This is the level that you need to go to in order to be playing for Man City. Do you know what I mean? So
See, I'm not a Turkey or a Foden person. I am a Turkey and Foden player. I want them to play together because I think when we won those 8 games earlier in the season, a big reason was the two of them were thriving with each other. We haven't seen that since.
But at the same time, at the start of the season, there is no pressure. Now is the time to start turning off. we're into March. Now is the time. Do you know what I mean? It's the
Yes, I
time
do.
where we go into every single game with a mentality that we have to win. At the start of the season, you can go to games and think you can even afford a draw. It's fine, right? Okay, it's still early days. It's October or it's November. A draw, right? It's fine. We've got a long season. Now we're in March. A draw, we feel like a defeat. Do you know what I mean? So now is the time because if you go back throughout the players that we had, the teams that we had on the Pep, yeah, we all even the best player like KDB, Gundo, at some extent, even Bernardo, they always seem to struggle to find that consistent at the start of the season. Well, when it comes down to the business end of the season, right? Okay, we need to go now. Do you know what I mean? Even Maris was start finding form at the end of the season. That's where we need to see from these players. Reinders, Foden, Cherky, Diaz, Nico G, Marmoush. Do you know what I mean? Because we're gonna be start playing every 3 days. The Champions League draw is on Friday. The Champions League game is probably starting in 2 weeks' time. Do you
Yeah, I
know what
don't
I
think
mean?
it's been announced yet, but I would imagine
No, but we are
actually
in
next week
March.
there is a mid game. Yeah, yeah, I think actually it's this weekend is when it starts.
Yeah.
The game, yeah, because we have a midweek Premier League game and then then
Yeah.
it starts. And then I would imagine Champions League is like
Yeah,
2
and
weeks
then
from
we've
now.
got the FA Cup in the middle because we play Leeds, Forest, then Newcastle.
Okay, so
Then
next weekend is FA Cup weekend.
Yeah.
Then.
No. It's
No,
on
not
the
the one like not like tomorrow, but
no,
or day after
yeah.
tomorrow.
We playing.
The
I
one
think
after that.
we playing Saturday, then we're playing
Yeah, I
Wednesday
think
first.
the Newcastle game's like on the 4th, I think. I gotta look it up. Hang on.
No, it's on the 7th or 8th.
Something like that.
So we're playing Forest on a Wednesday, then we've got Newcastle on the weekend, and then
Okay,
I think
28.
we're gonna be playing. I think there'll be a Champions League
Okay,
game.
yeah. The Forest game is a Wednesday, and then Newcastle is the 7th. Ooh, that's daylight savings weekend in America.
And then there'll probably be a Champions League midweek.
Yeah, that'll probably be. Yeah, that'll be revealed tomorrow after the draw.
See,
then they'll put the schedule in. So then it'll be R16.
So we will be playing every 3 days.
If I
So
don't
we need
start seeing
everyone
some
to start
rotation,
picking
I'm
up
gonna
form.
get very grumpy.
Do you know what I mean? We need even we're gonna be needing John Stones to some extent.
No, we're not. I would give every minute to Husanov that you can. I think he's probably our best center back, best performing center back right now.
Yeah, but I agree. But at the same time, Kusanov won't be able to play every 3 days.
Well, he's not going to be starting any games, but he can be the one who subs on. He'll start the FA Cup game, maybe.
Yeah, and then
actually, no, he might not. Pep might go for that because it's the FA Cup. Outside of Trafford, he might have a full 11 outside. Trafford will start.
And we need to manage his mid. We also need to manage Nunes' minutes as well. Do you know what I mean? And he's probably one of the most important players in that
Nunes
team.
did get a break though. He didn't play in the Salford game, and he didn't play. So he had like 10. So that was like a 10-day break. Because remember, we had a midweek. We had the Fulham game, and then there was the FA Cup weekend. We had the week off. We didn't play the next weekend, so Nunes wasn't even in the squad. So he got 10 days off.
Yeah.
Or if he was in the squad, he didn't. There was no chance of him coming on. So he just had a nice refreshment. He also missed some time in January, so that's less miles on the legs. The one I'm a little nervous about is Nico O'Reilly. He's playing a lot of minutes, and this would be a great time to start giving Nico Gonzalez some minutes. Because what's he done really outside of the Salford game and maybe the Fulham game? I don't remember.
Or even Reinders.
Yeah, Reinders actually he played against Newcastle. He looked very good.
Yeah. I would say we've got Forest at home is the perfect game to rotate the team.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Because home game too. You should be
Not
winning that
drastic
game.
changes, maybe 4 5 changes in there. Probably bringing Reinders, a Foden, Cherky there, a Ruben Diaz, for example. If then with 3-0 up at half time, we can bring on John Stones for Nunes.
Nah,
Do you
I
know what I
put
mean?
Husinov in. Husinov looks better at right back.
No, he looks better centre back in my opinion.
Well, I mean, if it was between Husinov and Stones, you're picking in the year 2026. You're picking Husinov,
Yeah, definitely. So,
and we are in the year 2026. We are not in the year 2022.
Yeah,
which
I
applies
think-
to a couple of players.
yeah, I think on Saturday I would bench Semenyo. I would play Marmoush, Haaland, and Cherky as a front three.
Yeah, that would be smart because they can just set up shop, which is what they kind of did in the first half of that game. And you really want Marmoush in there for his pressing. We have a lot of one-dimensional, like it's like you have like that front three that's like Semenyo, Haaland, Marmoush. Like Marmoush does the pressing, Semenyo's better off ball, Haaland does the scoring, and it's like I kind of wish one of them did more than one thing. Yeah, Marmoush can do scoring and Semenyo can do scoring, but the issue with that lineup is there's no getting them the ball. So it was
I
rewatched the goals. It was like it was like from counterattacking, like which is something we generally don't do.
I think Doc is coming back on the weekend.
I don't think he's been in training. I think they've said he's not coming back till March.
No, I think the weekend is March, the 1st of March.
Well, Pep Linders in a press conference said 18 days, and he said that about a month ago. So
yeah. No, I think it will be.
You can't listen to those pressers, apparently.
Yeah, I think Doc will be on the bench for Leeds. But yeah, well, we've got big news.
We've got big news.
Big news. One of my favorite players.
Well, one of yours, according to your bottom ticker.
Right. Rumors has it that he's been offered a 1-year extension. Well, who knew?
Mateus, go buy a lottery ticket because you called that one a year ago.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
Over here knew exactly what was going to happen a year ago because he's just a psychic.
What's your thoughts on that?
I continue to maintain my same opinion. I think it's a mistake. This is a good time for him to go out on a high. And if he stays, he's going to play every game next season. And whoever is supposed to take his place is not going to play the minutes. So we have the same problem again next season. Because unfortunately, you don't get better as you get older. You decline physically. And this decline has been happening for years. And why do you think our midfield was such a disaster last season? Because older legs are not good. The Premier League is changing. It is just the Premier League. Every team has like young physical midfielders who have pace and bursts of speed. Every team seems to have it. Doesn't matter who we're playing. Everybody has it's just becoming more physical. And if you're going to beat it with technicality, you have to have prime top level technicality. And that's not the case anymore. So if we want to continue to stay competitive and win the Premier League, I think we have to adapt with it. We have to have more physicality, and we need to have a harder, like we need to have somebody who actually racks up some stats in that midfield, duels, tackles, winning the ball back. We haven't seen that in a couple of years. So,
but do you not think that also
better in, and I would move him on. Let him go out like a hero. 10 years service. Thank you for everything you've done. But it's 2026, and next year it's going to be 2027. You just have to move on at some point. And I think this is a really good breaking point to just do that. Let the next generation come in, learn, and so they can thrive. They're not going to do that from the bench.
Do you not think that this is to do with the fact that Pep is staying probably for the remainder of his contract, and if he's staying, then that means he's pushing his captain to stay with them.
Oh yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, that tells me who's running the club right now. Because Hugo Viana, that's not Hugo Viana's style. He prefers younger players, and if he has to keep older players, it's not because of anything he wants to do. So he's not being allowed to do his job properly. That is frustrating me.
No, I think you kind of have to see both ends. Like I know Vianney's trying to build both trying to build the squad, but at the same time, you kind of have to keep certain players that the manager wants to keep. Do you know what I mean? Players that the manager trusts, like especially players that are part of his leadership group. Because I saw this coming April last year, and that's when I told you. Because when we played Palace at home, we won 5-2. That was when C Extra dropped the exclusive from Jack Gorgon. Apparently Jack Gorgon said that Bernardo was asked to leave to go in the summer.
And who do you think asked him to leave?
So-
It was probably Hugo Viana.
So when we played Everton the following week, Bernardo went back to the starting 11 and start every game from Everton all the way until the end of the season. And then in the summer, out of nowhere, he got given the captaincy. So we went to 8 years of Pep, or probably throughout Pep's whole career, saying that he never chooses the captain, he lets the player, to a year where his favorite player was asked to go, he chose the captain.
Exactly. This is who the manager is.
And then-
He's just over the top obsessed with this guy.
And then people were saying
that's why he'll
most
play
of
every game next season if
most
he
of the
plays.
the
Still makes no
narrative
results.
the narrative at the time was that, oh, now he's the captain, his game time will be limited, like just like Fernandinho, just like, for example, they will bring all the captains, and I sat there and I told them, you guys are lying to yourselves. You guys don't know Pep. Bernardo Silva will be
I said
playing
that yesterday, and
every game.
it was apparently very controversial.
Right. So 6 months after, they've changed from, oh, now he's the captain, he'll be playing less, to, oh, he's only playing this amount of games because Rodri's not there. When Rodri comes back, he'll be playing less.
No,
Rodri's
no,
been
they're
back-
no.
Rodri's
no.
been back for 2 months. He's still there playing. I'm not saying Bernardo's been bad. I think he's been decent. He's been okay. Yeah, but at the same time, you said people were saying, "Oh, when Roger comes back, he'll be playing less." Now Roger's back, everyone's sort of went to the acceptance mode where, okay, it is what it is. So now the news about his extension came out, which I told you 12 months ago, that he will extend. The club will give him an extra season because Pep wants him to stay an extra season. So they're now changing the narrative to, oh, he will be playing less next season. No, he ain't.
He will start every game next season.
You
Doesn't
watch
matter
Pep
how bad he
Guardiola,
is, he will
right?
start every game next season.
You
And it
watch-
doesn't matter if we
right.
spend 100 million on a new player, that new player will sit on the bench. They will
You
not
watch
start
Pep
over
Guardiola.
Pep's favorite player.
You watch Pep Guardiola in every press conference. He came out and
He's already
said,
done it.
he is my guy.
Are you kidding? Did you hear him begging the club to extend his contract like 2
I got
weeks ago?
to bed.
He's
Yeah,
obsessed.
I sleep better when I know I will play Bernardo Silva.
This is, to me, honestly, it's becoming creepy. Like, these kind of comments are like, I find this a little disturbing. Like, yikes.
I wouldn't give him the extension.
It sounds like a cult and a cult leader. I'm just getting frustrated with it. I don't.
I think
he's talking about he's better than Messi. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Like, whoa.
I hope, and big up Alien, but I hope that he has a very good season, Bernardo Silva, and I hope he win the title, and I hope that he can go on a high with a title, because the last season we saw 2 captains going in a season where we all were shocked with the way the season unfolded, and we lost the captain, like we lost Kyle Walker and KDB. So I really hope that Bernardo Silva has a very decent season and we end up winning the trophy, but he needs to go in the summer, unfortunately. and I hope he goes on a high with a Premier League title in his hand.
I agree with
Name a
you.
stand if
Yeah.
he needs to be, build a
Yeah.
Give
statue,
him-
but at the same time, we need to move on from certain players, and he is part of
Agreed.
that group that needs to be moved on.
Yeah, give him a Kevin De Bruyne type exit. He's earned it. Like, give him. Everybody has a nice high, an emotional goodbye, a farewell. Have John Stones in it. Like, we just need to move on to the next generation.
Yeah,
And
because
the
it's
longer these
better,
players stay,
right?
the longer it takes to get to that
Yeah.
next generation.
Sorry to cut you off, Kurt, but it's better for a icon or a legendary player leaving the club on a high where he contribute a lot for the trophies than leaving the following season in a season where he's not really was part of it, but he was just there. And it was like, all right, yeah, he's leaving anyway. The emotion, like that, the connection that you have. Let's say, for example, if he's on to live in the summer and we win the league title, we will all be praising his name. We will all sing his name. But if he's on to live the next season and he played lesser part in that, it would be like, oh yeah, his time was done anyway. Do you know
What
what
if
I
we
mean?
struggle again? What if we just have a midfield implosion again? Because the rumor is Rodri's
Yeah.
gonna leave. I still think Rodri's our best midfielder right now. Losing
Mhm.
him makes us a significantly
What's the
worse
sources?
team.
What's the sources anyway? What's the sources? Because all I'm hearing is ITKs. That's it.
I
All
don't
I'm
think
hearing-
Rogers leave. I think Rogers stay.
Yeah, I do
'Cause
too.
I've-
Rodri has a contract, so it doesn't matter. I'm here. There's speculation that Hugo
haven't heard-
Viana's pushing him out to get a fee, but Rodri can tell him to fuck off. Rodri doesn't have to leave. He has a contract
I'm
till
telling you
27.
this: if Hugo Viana is pushing him out, I am Hugo Viana out.
Yeah,
If he's
that
trying
would
to
be
push
too.
him out, I will be out. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about the fee. I don't work for the club. I'm a customer. I'm a customer. I don't care what the club in terms of profits. It could, okay. From us, it's a business. Okay, it's a business. But for me, it's a product. I'm trying to be entertained, and you're gonna get rid of your best midfielder. I'm sorry, you're done. You have probably just destroyed your legacy in less than a year, in my opinion. You
Yeah.
cannot get rid of it.
Let's also just let's clarify. It's all rumored innuendo. There's been nothing official. There's stuff on Twitter from like the Spanish media. They're always linking Rodri back to Spain.
No, I don't
we
think.
don't have any sources. This is just strictly based on.
Right. I don't think
internet
Roger.
checks.
I
We
don't
don't
think
have-
Roger is gonna leave. And the reason why, the club is doing the best at this right moment in time and not give. He's doing the right thing by not giving him an extension right now. Because when you're talking about Rogers' extension, and especially with the pay rise, you're looking at the player that was out for an entire season, and this season he was in and out at the start of the season. Let's not forget that Roger only started playing in what was it, Chelsea. He's only started playing regularly since Chelsea, and that was a month ago. So the first 6 months, we saw Roger against Arsenal, we saw Roger against Man United. Then against Arsenal, he came off. I think he came off injured. Nico Gonzalez played in the second half. He came off in the 72nd minute against Arsenal. Nico Gonzalez came on, and then from that moment against Arsenal, we didn't see Roger. He was just out injured. So the club is looking at how Roger does this season first in terms of playing, because you cannot just go out there and hand it over 400k a week contract to a player that has been out for the entire season and play half of this season. So as a club and as a business, you kind of need to okay, let's be patient, because his contract is not ending next season. He's still got 2 years. It's not like he's entering the final year. We've still got 2 years. Right, let's be patient. Let Rodri plays. Just let him play football. Maybe a season, maybe another maybe give in until next season, the first 6 months next season, see how his body responded, and then we can sit down with Roger and start talking about new contract. Because there's no point of you just giving out a new contract to him, and then the next minute he goes down and he's a year out again. Because at this right moment in time, Rodgers is trying his best to be fit for the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? Roger has not been playing this season much. He didn't play in the first half of the season. Nico Gonzalez was playing because he was out. So as a club is probably looking into that, right? Okay, we don't need to rush into things. He's got 2 years left. Let's just remain patient. Let's remain calm. Let him play his football first. Let's hit him be in his best. And then if Roger comes back to the old Rodri, the club has no problem with the money. They will pay. But now is not the moment to give him a new contract, I don't think. So, and Roger's contract is kind of the same as Foden's situation, because I saw it was a journalist called Unakiro, whatever his name is. He posted it. I think he was like, "Oh, Real Madrid is inquiring about Phil Foden." But
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
said
we heard
that.
and I was like, "No, he's
No,
not."
that's the second time I've heard it. That's the second time I've heard it.
No, Real Madrid is not asking about Foden. Real Madrid is literally trying to get rid of 2 English players, just getting paid tons of money, not doing anything. Do you think they're gonna go and land another English player in their team?
No, they don't have just one English player. Just Bellingham. Isn't it?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Trent.
Trent.
Oh, yeah, Trent. I forgot about Trent. Yeah, because he's barely been any. He hasn't had any game time, and he's been out for 2 months. So
He's been injured a lot. No.
Apparently, we've inquired about him as well. You've inquired about Trent.
Yeah, that's what the Spanish media is saying.
The only reason I would have Trent is for just creativity. I wouldn't have him on at right back. I would just chuck him in midfield. I'd chuck him in the cam, in my opinion.
I don't think Roger
that'd
is
be
going
interesting.
anywhere. I think Roger is staying. And I think Nico Gonzalez is also staying.
I think Rodri is gonna just stay until the end of his contract. I don't know if he'll sign a new one. I hope to God he does, because I still think he's our best player, and he's shown his quality this past couple of weeks. He's really getting his fitness back. And he's really
100%.
showing what we're.
I'll rather take the risk of him going on a free, and then selling him in the summer. Then sell him this summer.
I would too.
I don't care if the club are looking for cash flow problems. That's on the finance department and not managing the.
Also, there is a lot of rumored players to leave this summer. Omar Marmoush has been linked away. That you could raise a lot of money off of him.
Yeah,
he's still young and in his prime. Everyone thinks
that
Kovacic and Ake are both going to be sold. So there's money in the bank if you can sell both of them. Rico Lewis, you'll probably get money for. Like you can make money off of players this summer, like for sure. Like there's definitely players to be sold. It doesn't have to be Rodri.
The thing with Ake and John Stones, they really have to get moved on, considering that we paying Gahey 250 or 300. So having Gahey and then having John Stones on 250 and Nathan Ake on 180, both are not playing. So we need to move them 2 on. Do you know what I mean? Because
Stone's contract expires in June, and he will not be offered a new one. What it sounds like.
Yeah, so he's gone. He's
out. So he'll be gone. So that's 250K off of the books. If you sell Omar Marmoush, that's 300K off the books.
Yeah.
But then the rumor we don't have official confirmation on this, but the rumor is we're gonna give Phil Foden 300K a week, so that would just a like for like.
Yeah.
And also, if Bernardo Silva stays, there's 0 chance he's taking a pay cut, because if he was going to take a pay cut, he'd just go back to Benfica, because we've been crying for years about wanting to go back to Portugal.
Yeah, Benfica.
If you want to go back so bad, take a pay cut, go back
It's not really him. It's his wife. It's his wife. It's not
he used to whine about this. He whined until he got 300K a week.
Yeah, I know.
We never heard a word.
So when you say giving a Foden 300 grand a week, what's going to be the expectation?
My expectation is he starts games every game. He's a full-time starter.
No, I'm sorry. For me,
with the big money
season in all
because big contract with the big money comes with a certain level of expectation. We as a fan Doesn't matter whether you love him or you hate him. You cannot sat there and give and say, right, give him the contract, and then when he's not playing or he's not being playing well, oh, he's one of our own, or he comes from the academy, just support him. Big money, big contract comes with a certain level of expectation.
Yeah.
People
Correct.
will have to demand more from him.
Yep.
It's just simple as that. Yeah.
Mhm.
You have to demand performance in a consistent level. Okay. When
Yeah. By
KDB
starting
got a
games, not by being on the
big
bench.
contract, we demand more. One of the reason why I'm on to Bernardo, being on to Bernardo for since the treble, it was because he got given the 300 grand a week contract when he won the treble.
Mhm.
And I keep mentioning his wages when I'm analyzing his
You want more out of
performance.
him, yeah. You want
But
value for money. You want value for money. I get it, yeah.
yeah, exactly. When you get, it's like at work, when you put a pay rise, your manager will expect more from you. It's
Correct.
simple as that. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, if you see Foden has not been performing for 3 months, you cannot sat there, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. So yeah, we've got a big summer ahead, but things about contract and whatnot, yeah, we should
This is
really
turning into a
just
panel show.
yeah, we should really just focus on contracts, extensions, deals and whatnot. At the end of the season, we've got a
Mhm.
big season ahead. We are in 4 competitions. We are in the cup final in 3 weeks' time. We've got big games in the FA Cup against Newcastle, and we've got big games. We've got 11 finals in the Premier League. Basically, we can't afford to drop any more points. If you want to win this
Correct.
league, we basically have to win every game.
We have to
I
because
agree with that. Yeah.
we
I'm sorry,
need,
we're literally
and
just
in order
one
to win every game, you need every single player in that squad
to be on
to start
point.
putting
Correct.
ownership.
100%.
Every single
100%.
one of them. Do you know what I mean?
We can't afford to even drop
because
1 point.
when we went to the treble, like when we were making subs, the level never dropped.
Mhm.
Haaland for Alvarez, Mahrez for Bernardo, KDB for Foden. The level never dropped.
Mhm.
We were going, even with subs coming up, there was still the intensity. We cannot have, oh, we need to make subs and the level just drop because the players are
Mhm.
they're on form. That's not acceptable for the top club,
Correct.
especially at the end of the season. We've got massive 3 months, and everyone needs to start performing up. So yeah, big up Daniel. What are you saying? You good? Yeah.
Hello. Good show
Right,
so far. Sorry I
you
joined
just
late.
end up now.
No, it's okay.
We've got 15 minutes left in the show, but go on.
No. I agree with what you said. Your screen's frozen, by the way. How does
Yeah.
it-
Mateus has a
Because,
bad internet.
no,
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
no.
No.
When
I agree with a lot of what you said. You've all been saying. It's can't drop any games. They're gonna come quick. The Real Madrid stuff with Foden, no.
That's
I've
fake
never
news.
I didn't believe it to start off with, just like I didn't believe the John Stones, Bayern.
I think it's PR from his camp because they know he's slightly
yeah,
not
it's
in.
PR. It's PR.
Yeah.
Right.
They
The
trying to
Rodri
push
stuff.
them. They're trying to
There's rumors about Nathan
put
Ake
them as
leaving
a-
too, or something. I'm not sure about
Yeah,
that one.
but see,
No, I
even the
think he'll be
Nathan,
gone. He's made of
but
biscuits. He's made of
I,
biscuits.
I I think Nathan Ake will be gone, but I think it's going to be the same situation where it's going to be a loan. It's not going to be an out and out sale. Because
Mm.
any prudent team, why would you commit to a player? One, you don't know what health state they're going to be in. You're going to want to see them come through the door, have their physios and their medical team evaluate them, and then see how they perform through the season, very much like the way Inter did with Akanji. And they've kind of made the assessment, look, senior center backs that are out there for that price, it's a bargain. We'll deal with him. I think it's going to be the same circumstance with Nathan Ake. I don't think it's going to be a straight sale. I think it's going to be a loan with an option to buy, but it's going to be easy triggers. The Rodri situation, like I explained to you, Kels, it's in the chat. It's I think Rodri is going. I think his team is trying to see how the season play out. Very much the way I think City are trying to see the way the season or the summer, whatever plays out. 400 grand is a lot of money to
Mhm.
one guy where coming off an ACL, you want to see how his body's going to react. Is he going to bounce back? And if so, can you probably even restructure it in a different way? I mean, I don't know how far along the negotiations were. I suspect it may even be the same circumstance with Gavardio, and now with the squad changing, where the previous extension talks how they would have been going before he got hurt. Now I think they're going to be a little bit more prudent. His team is probably going to do the same. What guarantees can you get? And if there's no guarantees that you can get, yeah, then you're probably going to start seeing feelers out there for his market too. And I'll tell you right now, out of all our center backs that have been linked going out, if there's one that will have a market, it will be Gavardio. He'll have a market in Germany with Bayern. He'll have a market in Spain with Barcelona, who is
Correct.
looking for a senior center back to complement Kubrasi, but that is young enough, techy enough, which you know that he is. I know Matthias, he's not your flavor defensively, but he's good enough to still do the job in Barcelona, even if Eric Garcia is somebody that can't. Gavardio has a market. I mean, PSG would love him after the signing with the
P-
Bournemouth.
I know, but we want to keep our best players. Can we not? Can we stop selling our
exactly.
best
Agreed.
players and
Agreed.
keeping the ones who
Agreed.
need to go?
Agreed. Because we're not. I'm sorry, we're not Arsenal of the past selling our best players.
But we
Second,
haven't we
No,
haven't
yeah.
sold our best
I
players.
like
Of the
Vardio.
past,
What
of the
are you on
past,
about?
of the
I like
past.
Vardio. He's
Second
probably
of
one
all,
of our best attackers.
Second of all, in my opinion, this is for the case for Rodri and Gavardio. The teams that we're talking about that will target him, the only serious contender that will actually pay the money for our player is only PSG. Barca are stingy and cheap. Real Madrid are stingy and cheap, and he won't go to a Premier League rival. So, in my opinion, neither for me, those two players, they're not going to go anywhere. In my opinion, they won't go anywhere. In my opinion,
Real Madrid.
they're cheap. They only want players either on the cheap or on a free. That's it.
They do pay money though when they need to. Remember, they
Yeah.
dropped 100 million on Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They keep the powder dry. We'll
I
say
think
that.
with Rodri is a bit
Yeah.
different because they will look in the summer. They'll probably look right. His contract ends summer 2027. He'll probably
Yep.
be like, okay, let's just wait and they'll probably do like what Trendy did. They'll just
Yeah.
wait. Even
That's what
Konate.
that's why I'm not convinced that we're gonna like
And
this whole idea of we're gonna sell him this summer. I'm like, no one's gonna buy him because they'll just wait for him to be a free the next year.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think there's really
And
that.
you can't push him out of the door because he will get a massive sign-on fee. And I'll be
and
honest,
I
I'd
don't
rather
blame
keep him.
Rodri if he did go that route because
I
he's
wouldn't
gonna get
either.
he's gonna get a fat signing on bonus, and he's gonna get some really nice wages and get to live in Barcelona,
Agreed,
Spain,
yeah.
or whoever. I would not fault him, but I would keep trying to
Yeah, try until the end. Keep trying
re-sign
until
him
the end.
until the end because I looked at the stats and I shared them. Even a half-fit Rodri,
It's better than all our midfielders. When I'm
he's better than all our midfielders.
He's better
Like
than all the midfielders in the Premier League.
not debatable.
okay,
Depends
who's better? Who's better than Daniele? Who's better? Who's better?
I think Bruno Fernandes is a better chance creator.
No.
No. Defensive midfield.
Overall,
Let's stick to defensive midfielders.
No. Defensive mid, yes. For what you're asking for defensive mid to do, yes. Even a half-fit Rodri is better than most of the defensive midfielders in the Premier League. He's better than Rice. He's better than Onana. What's that other is it Babako Kamara?
Yeah,
The one that's
Babako
at
Kamara.
Aston Villa. He's better than them
Oh, yeah,
because
Kamara. Yeah.
the thing about Rodri is it's not that he does everything elite. He does most things at a like absurdly above average consistent level. Like 8 out of 10 most games. That's very hard to find in a DM. And my concern is you let him go. I'm sorry, you better make sure that the person that you're bringing in is above average
Mateus, can you pull up the last comment?
consistently.
Also,
Huh?
you make whoever you sell him to, or
Mateus,
if
pull up the
you
last
did
comment.
sell him, you make
After
them
Robert
better.
Dixon.
And then what if you get knocked out by them in the Champions League?
Oh no! If
Womp
he
womp.
goes to Real Madrid, he fixes the Real Madrid defense, not defense, midfield today, because he puts a lot of guys in their natural positions, and now there's a base in that midfield that has an order established. Same thing with Barcelona. I mean, you'll give Pedri more freedom, you'll give Frankie De Jong more freedom. I mean, Rodri is kind of like a an equalizer when you don't have an equalizer in a team that's discombobulated. Very much so. Like when you had Kevin, even in the 8/10 role, he still put guys in their natural place. The wingers did certain things, certain eights did certain things, and even the six did certain things. Right now, in this midfield, ah, take out Rodri. I've got a lot of
We're
questions
screwed. We're
about a lot
screwed.
of
We're
dudes.
screwed. We're
Listen,
screwed.
I don't even know what the future is with Nico Gonzalez. We don't talk about him anymore. Now, pivoting to the game coming up, we have to win.
100%.
We have to win to keep the pressure close. I actually think it's gonna be an easier game. I'm not that scared of them. Tail end of the season, but I think also the team has been rounding out and finding form. My question is gonna be is, do Foden and Turkey continue to stay on the bench, and
Yes.
is
Short answer
Turkey
is yes.
is Turkey still
If it
the
ain't
first
broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're
but
already
see, every time we say that, he fixes it. Every single time.
No, I think
So,
he's got an 11 right now. Maybe one or two will change. For me, it literally comes down to if Omar Marmoush starts or if Ryan Turkey starts. It'll be
now,
one of
see,
those two. At the other 10 are completely set.
I think
I think
he looks
I
for
think he's
the
starting Turkey. I think he's
yeah,
starting
yeah.
Turkey.
I agree with you
I
there.
think so.
because
I
he's the
think
only creator.
I think he
But
looks for
he didn't start him. He didn't start a creator against Newcastle. And
that's fair. That's
Which
fair.
one?
But I think for
In the
No,
cup
that's
or in the
there is
league?
a
how many
difference. I
times have
think
we melted down when the lineups
no.
come out about there's no
Leeds
creators? There's
every
no
time.
creators. We only have one or
Leeds,
two creators on this team.
yeah, but Leeds United they play with a back five, so they will be very defensive. That's why he's gonna start Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, to break
And
down the low
also
block.
I think he looks for the most obscure reasons to either not play Marmoush and Kusanov, and I'm gonna put them two together because I honestly feel like it was the same decision making and excuse making. Where if they get a yellow, it's like okay, now I can take him off, or if I just woke up with the wrong, it's I'm just not gonna play him, and I just feel like that's where Marmoush is with Pep. You either have to really show the results with him. Otherwise, he's just for whatever reason, excuse wise, like tacticability wise, he's just not really gonna play. He's not his guy.
Yeah.
It's very clear. He's just
Yeah.
he's not, and I feel for it because I do think there's a very good player there that can be used, but I
Pep
just
doesn't
don't.
know what to do with him.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with him, and I don't think he even wants to really build the system that does utilize it because then it asks uncomfortable questions about some other guys in the squad. What do you do about Tajani? What do you do with Phil? What do you do with
Tijani's
Church?
a bench player.
Well, that's why
Tijani's
you
a
have
bench
to
player.
move players on too to get these new players room to play, but they don't
Oh
seem to
well,
want to
I
do
guess
that.
that's the
Tijani's a
other
bench player.
elephant in
I'm
the
sorry.
room because Mateo said this at the start of the season, and it's gotten loud. That Bernardo extension. Oh
Yeah,
man.
we have a bunch of quality midfielders just sitting on the bench right now for him. So
Listen, I would
what's the
be
point of
okay.
signing one? Let's just keep
I,
going with this. Let's just keep going for the next 5 years. Let's see where we end up.
I would be
Nah,
okay
You know,
with
things get
Bernardo
stale.
staying,
you know,
but I
you
know it's
Things
know,
gonna
get
come at
stale
a price.
do
quickly.
you know the boring thing about this whole summer? I know, like we just gonna focus on the Premier League for now, but do you know the whole thing about this summer is that the fact that the link with Anderson is very strong, but when you look in the grand scheme of things, Roger is not going to get sold. I don't think Roger's not going anywhere next season.
No, he's
So
not.
you've got
He's not.
Nico Gonzalez and Rodri. So you've just signed two midfielders this summer. The summer just gone in Czech and Reinders. So you want to renew your captain. You've got your star boy, and you want to bring someone else. You
Well,
probably been paying 8 million.
Yeah. Also, everyone's assuming
what's the
Kovacic
plan?
will leave, but Kovacic has been injured all season and has, I think he's on 150K from what I can find online. I don't know who's rushing to buy him at 32, coming off an Achilles injury. That is a devastating injury, particularly once you get past 30. A lot of people don't make it back from that. So, assuming you can sell him is one thing, but two, he hasn't played a single minute this season.
Kovacic has not been part of this squad for 3
Exactly.
seasons.
So if you're saying, well, we'll just get rid of him and bring in Anderson and keep
Or
everybody,
maybe
you're going to have a bunch of really unhappy players.
Maybe if he has some pride.
So
he leaves on
basically,
mutual-
what you're saying is that
maybe if he leaves on mutual,
we're going to sell Kovacic to bring on Anderson. So Anderson will be playing. No, sorry, not Kovacic.
Well, is he going to just not play?
Not even. Okay, so Anderson is going to be playing Kovacic minutes, which is he's not
Zero. Literally 0 minutes. That's like saying you're trying to reduce Rico Lewis minutes, or like we got to replace these John Stones minutes this season. Like,
so what would be the midfield then?
Well, we already know it would be Rodri and Bernardo starting 1 and 2. And then I don't know who it should be Nico O'Reilly, but then it's like, what's the point of buying a new player? Like,
oh yeah, I forgot.
That's the thing. It's like if you
sorry,
keep
but
Bernardo Silva and you lose out on Elliot Anderson, you've set your team back by a lot.
But even
plus they don't go the next season anyway, so you'd really be fucked.
In my opinion, but regardless if Bernardo stays or not, he's a bench player. I'm sorry, he's a bench player.
Not under Pep Guardiola, he's not a bench player.
Yeah, I know that, but for me, even if he does stay, I would put him on the bench. For me, the starting midfield, including Anderson, it would be Rodri, Anderson, and Cherki.
Yeah, that would be excellent. Or Foden. Keep playing the diamond with Foden and Cherki together, because I think the two of them together played very well.
Yeah. But then you got the whole Nico O'Reilly as well. Does he go back to left back? It's a headache. I'd rather have this headache than have a small squad. I'll be honest. I'd rather have a small squad. So I'm happy with this problem. I really am.
Look at it this way. If you have Nico O'Reilly and if you have Elliot Anderson, you have Rodri. 2 of them start every game, and you just rotate based on form, injuries, 100%. And
100%.
fixtures.
We got 60 games. And we go far in every single competition since what? Since Pep has been here, we go deep in every single competition. So yeah, this big squad will work out, in my opinion. It's only players who want to just downgrade their level or downgrade their job and go to another club where, as Mahrez said, and I'm just paraphrasing, things don't get better than this club, as you've seen with Raheem Sterling and so. So yeah.
Now listen, yeah, it's a big game. We've got on Saturday. I think if we get the 3 points, we can go into the Forest game, which is on Wednesdays at home. We'll probably get 3 points as well.
Yeah.
And we're just watching them. Then we're gonna just have to watch Chelsea and Arsenal and Brighton and Arsenal. So
I think Arsenal will win that game.
So yeah, listen, we just need to do our jobs. To be
fair, just do our jobs and just
do our job and
go for a shootout on the
keep winning games.
Yeah,
see where we are. But Champions League draw is tomorrow. Would you guys prefer Bodo Glint?
I don't care. We're gonna have to play a tough team anyway. So regardless, give me whoever. Just get the job done. I don't mind Madrid are shaky. Madrid are shaky. I've watched them all season. They're shaky all season. They look disjointed, even under Alonso and under Arbeloa. I think regardless, just give me whoever. Just get through the round of 16 and onto the quarterfinals and just take it a stage at a time. I want to win it this season. I'm sorry, I want to win it this season.
Yeah. Okay. Who would you prefer, Real Madrid or Bodo Glimt?
Even though I hate them, I'd rather play Real Madrid right now. I think Bodo Glimt play in a style that we struggle against. And they're not afraid of anybody right now. They annihilated us up in Bodo Glimt. What?
They have nothing to lose.
And they've just been slapping everybody up. They slapped up Atletico Madrid after they slapped us. They just absolutely embarrassed Inter Milan over 2 legs. I don't want our players going back to that plastic pitch either. So I don't want to play that. I don't want to play them at all.
Daniel, in that weather as well.
Yeah, I mean, go with the devil, which is Real Madrid. They're a mess right now. They have an interim coach who's nobody seems to respect. They've got 2 drama queens. There's a rumor going around that Mbappe would miss the first leg because he is injured. I don't know if I believe that because it's still like 2 weeks away. But he has missed some games, and we have players who've gone to the Bernabeu. We went there earlier this season. Nico O'Reilly stepped up. Husinov was great there last season. So like we have I think we're better equipped to beat somebody like Real Madrid. I think Bodo Glimt would. I'm not so sure about them. I'm really nervous. The way they play is just like all their strengths are our weaknesses, and I don't want to see that again.
Yeah. Listen, we just went over an hour mark. Has anyone got anything else to say?
That's all.
Well, score prediction against Leeds.
3-1.
4-1, like that.
3-1
Like
City.
that account. That
3-1 City.
that predict all the results.
No, 3-1 City. I think we'll concede, but 3-1 City, yeah.
Yeah,
3-1
yeah. I think it will concede, but I think it will win. I'll go 4-1.
Did you say 4-1? Wow.
Yeah.
I said 3-1. I said
Oh.
3-1.
2-1, or I could even see a 2-2 draw. I'm not gonna lie. I think Leeds are kind of like Bodo Glimt.
If we get a
The way they
2-2
play,
draw-
I don't think that's a good matchup for us.
It's over. We might as well just call it quits there because I don't trust anyone to do us a favor.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know, but
You just-
for some reason, everyone seems to just lay down for Arsenal. So yeah,
Except Wolves.
except Wolves. Yeah,
Go-
Wolves came ago.
they're the exception.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're just better than us.
Kovacic is
Maybe
back.
that's why teams don't
No.
give us a go and they lay down for Arsenal.
No,
Maybe
it's
they are
not,
better
it's
than us.
This
Maybe.
league is
Maybe.
rubbish.
I'm not saying they are.
This league is rubbish. This league is rubbish. I'm sorry. This league is absolutely rubbish. Never been this rubbish, and it's not because Arsenal are top. It's just rubbish in terms of quality, including us. It's not entertaining to watch.
I think there's just
No,
a lot of
no, I
parity
agree.
right now. It's just I wouldn't say
agree.
it's rubbish. I just think there's a lot of parity.
As
There's
much as
not a
other
lot
leagues
of good teams, and then the
are,
bad
as much
teams
as
have
other
gotten
leagues are
better.
trash as well, I prefer other leagues. I prefer the Serie A than the Premier League. I'll be honest. I've watched.
Liga is where it's at. You got to watch Liga. Liga
Yeah,
is so
I need to
entertaining.
catch more Liga games. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Also,
Anyway,
the thing ain't too bad. Go watch the striker who, I kid you not, his name is Jiz Hornkamp. Go watch him. He plays for AZ. Yeah.
That's
literally
a
his
wild
name.
name.
I'm not making that up. That's his name.
That's a wild name.
Jizz Watch. We
That's
did that on the
crazy.
second channel.
That's crazy.
Jizz Hornkamp. That's literally his name.
That's crazy.
I don't know how that's a Dutch. He's Dutch. I don't know what that.
He's Dutch.
What's
Yeah, I've
the
never
origin
heard
of
of
that?
that.
You explain.
That's crazy. No, I've never heard a Dutch person named that.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna close
Perfect
now.
note to end it on.
Yeah. Big up everyone that tuned in. Big up Kel. Big up Abdallah, and big up
Big up.
Daniel, man. He'll probably be back. When are we coming back? Well, yeah, we'll
Oh,
probably
we'll be
back.
back. We'll be back on Saturday for the watch along.
Yeah,
I'll be doing
yeah.
that. I'm running the watch along on Saturday. Maybe I'll do something tomorrow as a preview. I don't know. Steve's out of town. Steve's actually in England right now. Steve was
Is
in
he?
Manchester yesterday.
What time do we
What?
play?
Half five.
We play at 5:30
Half
UK
five, yeah.
on Saturday.
Under the lights.
And it's the last game of the day as well.
Yeah, it's the last
Yeah.
game of Saturday. Yeah, so we've got
Hopefully we
everyone
can put
will
pressure
look
on
at us.
Arsenal. Hopefully we can put pressure
Yeah.
on Arsenal.
yeah. Let's just win this game, and we'll worry about the rest later.
Take it a
We'll
game
worry
at a
about
time.
the transfer window later. Let's just
Take
win
it a
this
game at a time. Take it a game at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, cheers. I'll let you go. Thanks very much for
Cheers,
tuning
man.
in. I'll
Big
see
up.
you Saturday.
Hey, how you doing? Hey there.
Hey, nice spot, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great, especially because of that thing over there. You know what's in there? Corn. Really? Wow, I could go for some corn. You're dark, Raj.
I don't care.